for all of us, and I say that was an amazing run. Good job, Savade. I have a few last-minute donations for that run. We have Mary Kish with $20 donating for the brilliant run of the difficult platformer Dust Force. Savade deserves a round of applause. That game is difficult just to get through, let alone SS. And you are watching Summer Games Done Quick 2016. We are sponsored by Twitch, your best source for online streaming content. We have an anonymous $200 donation. Thank you to the runners, the viewers, the crew, and the announcers, the real heroes here. Such a great event. Happy to donate. By the way, killed the animals. Thank you. $100 from Socrates Johnson, donating for Dust Force as the best soundtrack. Dashneer with $5, donating for the excellent Dust Force DX run. How much to have Savade come over and sweep up my house? You couldn't afford him. $50 from Fear Timmy. Hey Savade and JM, your streams show me how much I suck at this game and yet still love it at the same time. The community has been really awesome and friendly, and I just want to say thanks. Shout out to the Dust Force Discord. Good luck, Savade. And $50 from Olivier. Very impressive run of a great game. I love its level design. I've yet to SS Yada myself, but this is a great inspiration to get back to it and complete it. Up next, we have Hornlitz playing Jumper 2. While we get set up here, I'd like to remind you all we're donating towards Médecins Sans Frontières, otherwise known as Doctors Without Borders. Every donation counts, so get in any small donation you want to donate. We have $20 from Captain Wedley. Always look forward to SGDQ and AGDQ each year. Keep up the amazing runs, and I'm pretty sure this game is done quickly, not humanely. Kill the animals and save the frames.
All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to start some Jumper 2. All right, this is a game released back in 2004. It's released by Matt Thorson, commonly known as Matt Makes Games. But at the time of release, this game was released by Yo Mama's Mama. That was his name. The goal of the game is to get to the right edge of every screen, except for a few places. It's very similar to Super Meat Boy, but you know, this game predates Meat Boy. This is before Super Meat Boy was even meaty and super. You know, this is the OG game here. All right.
And also, actually, the main character of this game, you might recognize his name. His name is Ogmo. He actually appears in Super Meat Boy as a playable character. So, if you were wondering where he's from, well, this is the game. But yeah, so we can get started now if we're ready. Let me just get into the title because timing starts when I select the first level. All right, we're ready to go.
Okay, when I say go, 3, 2, 1, go.
All right.
All right, so the main character, Ogmo here, he has well, he can move left and right. He has 4 types of jumps. He has a normal jump, a double jump where he can jump in midair. He has a skid jump you just saw there, and he has a wall jump that will be coming in later. He's already done a few right now. Most of these levels have nice little blocks and things, such as that green block. That's a springboard. In this level, those white coatings, that's ice. You just slip over those. These blue blocks with circles, they'll fall, and they're kind of like donut blocks from Mario Brothers, except these blocks will fall and rest on blocks underneath, which is easy here. Sometimes they're there to screw you up though, so watch out for those. And of course, you can't have a platforming game without spikes and electricity. All of those will kill you, so you want to avoid those. In this stage, you have a lever that turns off the electricity. You want to turn this one back on because there's a
gate blocking the way forward. That is only open when the electricity's on.
Yeah, so you got to turn on the electricity to get through the security gate, but you got to turn it off so you don't get killed by the electricity. In addition, there's this red lever on the bottom. You need to place a crate on it to open the green doors. And the green doors open by placing a crate on the red button. And those gray gates, those are open when you turn on the electricity.
So one thing that I want to mention is that after every single sector, you will see me move my mouse to a certain part of the screen. This is so that I can actually, as soon as I finish the last level, I can immediately click and enter the next sector. It just saves a little bit of time there. I don't have to move my mouse afterwards.
You see there's a pink Ogmo running around. That's a character who's important to the story that I don't remember right now.
I haven't read the story in a long time. Oops, there we go.
All right, next time is the...
So this is actually where the game starts getting pretty difficult. The first 2 sectors were relatively easy. If you don't know the controls, it can be difficult, but it's pretty easy. This is where it really starts to pick up, and the game gets hard. So I'm probably not going to be talking as much from this point on. But this first little level has a bit of a skip here. I'm going to try and do it. There we go. Okay, got that. It saves a little bit of time there. Right there, I did a frame-perfect jump, which let me get a double jump out of that little area that I started in. And also right here, I'm going to be doing another trick, sort of. I was just able to skip going all the way around. And this level has the first major-ish skip in it. Let's see if I can get it. Nope. So yeah, if you can tell, I'm going to be trying to jump underneath that little the spike down there where the gem is.
Yeah, that's a hard jump.
Yeah. So I failed it twice. I'm going to just do the level normally now, if I can. Another thing to note is that whenever the soundtrack loops in this game, or whenever the song starts, it actually causes a little bit of lag, and this will eat your inputs. So I have to potentially listen to the music so that I know when it's actually going to start, so that if I need to do a jump, I don't actually, it doesn't eat my input so that I just fail the trick, or the level. But this is the first boss level. This one's pretty simple. We just have to land on all of these falling blocks. And you'll notice also that I'm moving in a specific pattern. This is so that I can manipulate where the guy's going to throw his little orange or yellow things.
All right, nice train.
That was pretty good.
All right, next up is the dream. After the train wrecked against the block, I guess Ogmo fell into a deep sleep and is now playing games inside of his own mind. But this sector introduces a few more puzzly elements. So you got this TNT block, which is intended to be used to break open that path to the jump board. Not required. You have these purple blocks, which are kind of like Donkey Kong Country shooting barrels, except they only go in 4 directions. Also, you have these crumble blocks. They'll crumble if you do a wall kick off them, so that's how you get through them.
Now, one thing I actually want to bring up just about this game in general is that the soundtrack of this game, none of the songs were actually made for this game, except I think one might have been. But most of these songs are actually just songs from games that were released not that long before this game was, and they're all just like MIDI versions of them. And no, I actually don't even know what all of the songs are. I've only found probably like 5 of them or something.
This song is from Arcana.
Yeah, I know this one, but yeah.
Fun fact, I sequenced one of the songs in this game.
Oh, you did? Really? I did not know that.
Yeah, it's not a good one, though.
I have not done that in a long time. So right there, what I tried to do was I tried to push the block down, and then while it was falling, I tried to switch these blocks here so that there would be a platform for it to land on, but I didn't go far enough onto the block, so it didn't actually switch. But hopefully I can get it this time. There we go. Yeah, it's not actually hard, I just... Okay. Alright, so the dream is... This is the last level in the dream. Each sector has 5 levels, and so... Yeah, this level, this sector is actually one of the easier sectors. I'd say it's probably like the 3rd easiest. So yeah, this one's... Yeah, it's not really a good indicator of the difficulty of this game, but this next sector is. This one is pretty difficult. Actually, during my first casual playthrough, this is where I really got stuck. This sector, not this level.
Yeah, so Ogmo he actually fell into caves when he woke up from his dream. The dream area sort of serves to release some game mechanics and then throws you into the cave where you just like tested all the stuff that you've learned so far. So it is quite the difficulty ramp. It's like a lot of these are like skid jumps off of falling blocks that you have to do just in time. Otherwise, you have to go all the way back. There's an easy mode for this game, which gives you checkpoints, but we don't have time for that.
Okay, so this level, it actually has a bit of a glitch in it. If you do a bit of a skid jump, you can actually fall past these blocks. Normally, these blocks are supposed to follow you, but by doing a bit of a skid jump but not actually jumping, just kind of getting the motion together, you can actually just skip past those blocks. Now, right here, there's a bit of a skip I'm going to do, and this one is pretty precise. There we go. Okay,
Nice.
That's a hard one. All right, so this level is the one and only level that actually scrolls in the game. Well, okay, aside from the final level, but this is like the only one that actually scrolls sort of like this. And it looks like it's supposed to be really easy, but then of course it comes into this huge obstacle course.
Yeah, in this level, you're being chased by Ghostbot. He's chasing you with a giant saw blade, and you just have to keep ahead of him. But this is gonna go so fast you won't even see him.
Yeah, hopefully. If I can actually get past this. You saw his spike ball right there. All right, there we go. That's the end of the level.
Nice.
All right. So now we're in the factory, and this is really the last easy sector. It's not terribly easy, but it's not really that hard either. So there. Of course, I say this and I keep dying.
Yeah, this level introduces these conveyor belts here. They function just like normal conveyor belts. There's also these low spikes you gotta duck to get under the spikes.
All right, so this next level has a skip in it. Let's see if I can get... Oh, almost got it. So if I can... Really, that should have worked.
Yeah, so he's trying to align himself up exactly
Right
with
there.
a secret passageway in the wall.
Yeah, so that is not actually a glitch. There are gems in this game, you'll notice. There are actually 2 gems per level, but only one is unlocked at each time. And the red gem, you're actually supposed to go forwards through that. I actually went backwards through the secret area there, so yeah, it's just a nice little sequence break.
So in each level, there's a blue gem. If you collect that and then replay the level, you'll see the red gem. So if you collect all the blue and red gems, I think you get like some.
Yeah, there's an unlockables menu, and you can get stuff. On easy mode, actually, a lot of the unlockables are like you can't actually unlock them. All right, but now we're done in Sector 6, and we're getting into my least favorite sector because of wind.
Oh, no one likes wind.
So yeah, after I think it's like about 4 seconds, the wind will start up, and it kind of alters your movements.
Yeah, it moves you slightly to the left, just ever so slightly. I believe it doesn't move you if you're pressed up against a wall on your right.
Yeah, it doesn't.
But otherwise, it just moves you to the left.
Did it again.
And basically messes up with your jumps.
There we go. All right, now this level you actually can go and get to those arrows while the wind is blowing, but it actually only saves about half a second because you'd have to wait for the wind cycle right here. So I don't really ever go for it. And it's also pretty risky, so yeah.
I don't know if I've mentioned this earlier, but those golden arrows floating in the air, they just replenish your double jump. So if you connect it, you can jump again in the air.
We have $10 from Zephyr. Just a little bit towards a good cause goes to runner's choice whenever this comes through. My suggestion, frame the animals, kill the save.
I agree.
All right, now this level is actually probably my least favorite level in the game just because we have a dumb jump right here. Okay, so this is not actually the intended method, I don't think, and I actually pulled that off very well, but it's, there are a few different strats you can use to get past that, and almost all of them require a frame perfect or like almost frame perfect jump, and yeah, it's really annoying. But overall, that sector went pretty good.
That's pretty nice.
Now, this is the lab. This is probably the hardest sector in the game. It's got a lot of, like, as you can see, there is a huge obstacle course here of electricity, and yeah, this definitely was the sector that took me the longest to beat casually.
Yeah, same here. All of the levels in the lab are remakes of levels from the original Jumper. So they're pretty hard.
Yeah, the original. Even I haven't beaten that game.
The original is pretty much just like this one, except you don't have, I believe, wall kicks and slide jumps.
Yeah, you just have a double jump, I think.
But I do believe you move a little bit faster.
You move faster, and there's no actual like startup, or there's no like acceleration speed. You just kind of start moving really fast. So yeah, that's probably why I couldn't do it, because I'm more used to this game.
Yeah, coming up is one of the levels that wall me forever. Look at all this fire. Look at this.
Yeah, this level is really hard if you don't understand the mechanics of Ogmo. Really, the big thing to remember about this level is that you've got to start moving before you actually jump. Because if you do that, then you'll actually be able to not get hit by the fireballs.
Yeah, so much fire.
Yeah. So this next level is probably the hardest level for me.
Oh my gosh, look at all this fire.
Yeah, so you really don't have, there isn't really any platform until the very end, and you just have to jump. So I'm actually going to be quiet for this. Somehow grabs the other jumping to the other arrow. Okay, that's pretty much the only really hard part of this level. It's not over yet, but okay, it's basically over now, but now, this level actually does have a skip in it that I didn't go for. It is a very precise trick. You really have to just jump at the corner of one of those purple cannon blocks, and there are two fireballs like right next to them, and there's only really one pixel where it works. So yeah, I just don't go for end runs.
I'd like to sneak in a $1,000 donation from Toby Fox.
Ooh.
Shout out to indie game makers. I could never beat Jumper 2. Amazing to see it done so quickly. Looking forward to Momodora later too. And then at the next GDQ. Maybe we'll see another certain game maker too. Smiley face. Save the animals.
All right, now we're in the tower. So there's Ghostbot sleeping. The gimmick in this level is that if you step on any of the gray metallic tiles, they'll make a sound, which will wake Ghostbot, and he'll just walk through walls and kill Ogmo. So, I mean, there's not too many of them, but you still got to keep it in mind.
Yeah, this first level is probably the hardest of all of the levels in the tower, because of that apparently. Yeah, that one side section there is just pretty difficult.
Also, don't think I mentioned earlier, the black star removes your double jump.
Oh yeah.
And you have to collect. You have to either finish the level or collect a yellow star to get it back.
Yeah.
Or you can also die and get it back, but
yeah,
you don't want to do that.
We have a donation of $5.54, which I share is an homage to Alice and her piggy make from earlier, from Jeffrey Morris. Jumper 2 was one of my favorite games coming through high school, and the Rocking Level Editor community place was a place I called home for a number of years. I never fathomed that I would see any of the Jumper games at GDQ. Good luck on the run.
Thanks. There we go. Okay, that level's over. This level is a lot harder than I just made it look. Yeah. I was nervous about that one.
That was really nice.
You can't really see it there, but there was actually a golden star right behind that cloud. It's kind of blocked, but yeah. You can go ahead with more donations.
All right, we have $10 from Samurai. Happy to start another year of my favorite games getting ripped to shreds. Keep up the fantastic work. $50 from Song. Good luck to Celestics.
All right, so this level is the next boss level, and this one is a bit of an interesting one. Basically, this guy, he's the conductor? Or
I just call him a Wizrobe.
I forget what his name is, but
mysterious hooded figure.
Yeah, he will shoot two types of attacks. One of them is the red attack, which will kill you. The other is the blue attack, which if you reflect it back at him, it will hurt him. And yeah, so right there, I just hit him for the first time. And now the other thing that's interesting about this level is that it is the only level with RNG in it. The other spikes that keep flying up from the bottom of the screen, the position of them is completely random. So unfortunately, it could potentially land in the middle of one of the blue attacks, and I won't be able to knock it back at him, which has happened a few times to me. Okay, and you have to hit him 3 times with his blue attacks. And fortunately, the last attack is a homing attack, actually. The first 2 you have to aim. Oops. Yeah, the first 2 you have to aim, but... There we go. Okay. All right, so yeah, this is the last sector now. This one is pretty difficult, but it's not too bad. This level does have a 1-frame jump you could do right here, but I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to use the cannonball here. You can actually jump off cannonballs, by the way, if you didn't see that before. So anyways, now Ghostbot, for some reason, is on our side. He's helping us get through this level.
We skipped a little bit of the story.
Yeah.
There's a couple of things. You're supposed to wait for him to push that portable springboard and then go up there to take a round to hit that switch, but you can do a little...
What's I doing?
So you can do this nice little jump that Hornlitz is about to do right here and bypass the entire need for that springboard.
Yeah, it just you don't need to wait for Ghostbot. And unfortunately, they took the collision for Ghostbot out, so we don't actually die from touching him there. Okay, let's wait for this platform this time. Oof, that was close. All right. So that was the second longest level in the game, and dying pretty late on that is actually easy, or dying late in the level is pretty easy, so I'm glad it didn't really happen too many times.
$50 from Iron Ranger Bob. Good job making Jumper 2 look easy, bro. Keep it up. XOXOXO, smiley face.
That's my sister.
In this level, you got some sentry bots. It shouldn't be too much of a problem.
Yeah. One thing to note is right at the start, I flick on that electricity switch. That just lets the other Ogmo bot, as it's called, that lets him out, and so that just lets the other guys, they aim at him. Ugh. The music restarted, so I tried fixing that, but it didn't work. All right. So this is the final level. You should probably, well, yeah, get ready on time right away. So right at the start, this first little segment is just, it's the same pattern of fireballs. They just, they start getting closer and closer, so you have to deal with them slightly differently. But once you're done that, we get to this last little section where we'll have, the conductor is going to shoot the same, he'll be shooting 2 attacks just like before, but you'll also have these 2 other Ogmo-type enemies jumping around the bottom, and everything that is moving in this level will kill you, except for the blue attacks.
Unfortunately, you don't have to aim the blue ones this time.
Yeah, this one they're 100% like auto aimed. So
even after you hit this last one, you still gotta wait.
And time.
Good job.
All right, that's pretty
2204.
good. Yeah. Okay. All right, so this ending cutscene, I completely don't understand what it's supposed to mean, but Ogmo just kind of sees himself impaled on a little spike there, and then the end. But anyways, 31 deaths. Okay, that's good. All right.